When Blizzard released the much anticipated MMO World of Warcraft to the public in 2004, gamers of the world flocked to the vast expanse of varied environments, beautiful architecture and immersive scenery. However, some zones you always resented going to, whether for poor geography of the zone or the bad questing in it. This list is of course my personal choices of the zones I dislike, but with that being said, here are 5 of the worst zones in classic World of Warcraft. Redridge. Redridge is quite a beautiful zone, with contrasting colours inside a relaxed autumn forest environment. Was a sleepy town called Azshara, overlooking an expansive lake that stretched into the horizon. Or else, you would find this beautiful if you were not being ganked every 5 seconds. The zone had a notorious reputation in vanilla for being the hotspot for ganking Alliance players. It's not so much the zone's fault, but the players inhabiting the zone that's the problem. Once you hit 15 and head into Redridge, you are constantly looking over your shoulder for rogues or hunters that have nothing better to do than one-shot you all day. It's a shame that a beautiful zone that was Redridge was in such a constant war zone for the Alliance players. The questing itself was good. The zone was quite tightly packed and didn't require you to complete a marathon before you reached the quest objectives. From Azshara to your quest objective, the distance was quite short, so leveling here was quite enjoyable. This is all assuming no one was bothering you. However, due to the surrounding geography, Redridge could be accessible by the Horde quite easily. It's worth mentioning that ganking is most prevalent in the zones where characters are initially exposed to contested territories. Examples being Ashenvale, Hillsbrad Foothills, and of course Redridge, as in these zones you will find players that are the most new to the game and have the biggest level discrepancy from the max level you can find. Take in the scenery while you can, because it won't last long before a rogue in the Bloodfang set one-shots you with an ambush. Undercity. Man, I really dislike Undercity. The whole geography is so inconvenient. I just associate it with annoyance. The annoyance begins before you even step foot into Undercity. Like most people, you access the Undercity via a zeppelin from Orgrimmar. You have to go through one set of gates, then into the throne room, then traverse over some other rooms, then go into an elevator, wait for the elevator door to open, get into the elevator, and then finally you reach the bottom and you're in Undercity. Why do you have to go through so many hoops just to get into the city? No other cities in the game are anything like that. With Ironforge, you just go through the gate and bam, you're in. Orgrimmar, you just go through the gate and you're in. These elevators are so annoying. It seems every time you reach the elevator door, the door is closed. And when you finally get into the elevator, be careful not to touch any of the walls, otherwise your character will glitch out and you will die from the falling damage. What an annoyance. I just want to get to the Flight Master, but once you get inside Undercity, it's not much better. There are so many flights of stairs and weird non-linear paths to traverse in the Undercity. It's a shame that this city is associated with the inconvenience, since the lore of Undercity is pretty cool. Stranglethorn Vale. Ooh boy, you want to level up quickly? Do some quests? Nope, not gonna happen. Welcome to Gankerthorn Vale. At this point, you will really get the taste of what vanilla is about, as you will be forced into fighting in world PvP. This place is so treacherous, even to level 60s. They don't feel safe traveling in this zone alone. And this zone is level 30ish. So to understand why Stranglethorn Vale is such a battle zone, you first must understand why so many people are in this zone to begin with. A, the place has an abundance of quests, and really nice quests at that. Many of the quests here are so tightly packed and have simple tasks like defeat 10 panthers and so on. Many quests can be done at the same time as you complete another. One of the best examples of a Stranglethorn Safari quest near the Nessingwary camp. This small quest hub has you hunt nearby tigers, raptors and panthers of multiple level brackets, and then 3 elite quests at the end. This is one little camp in this giant zone, and it has more quests than most entire zones in vanilla. So why is this bad? Well, it is faction neutral, meaning there are tons of players from both factions here trying to get some experience. And with no guards keeping the peace, like in Booty Bay, ganking is risk-free, and the place inevitably becomes littered with skeletons and confrontations. Even if you just want to hand in your quests in peace, it's not that simple, as you will likely get ganked. This one zone had quests ranging from the late level 20s up to level 50. I think this place is definitely holding the records for the most quests in one single zone. And B, Overpopulation. To put it simply, there's too much going on in Stranglethorn Vale. Both high-level Horde and Alliance are funneled into this zone due to there being a Zeppelin coming from Orgrimmar, and a boat in Booty Bay going to the Kalimdor continent. In addition, there is Zul'Gurub, a level 60 raid that is located in the east of Stranglethorn Vale. Zul'Gurub, being an entry-level raid in vanilla, means lots of people are going to want to go to Zul'Gurub, so you will often see a conga line of level 60s travelling to the instance portal. Stranglethorn Vale has a unique problem in vanilla of having too much stuff in it. Where most zones are kind of barren, Stranglethorn Vale was too cluttered. In some ways I love this place, however when I am just trying to level my level 30 character, I don't want to be constantly looking over my shoulder and getting enforced PvP battles. It just makes you paranoid being in this jungle. Blizzard seemed to have realised their mistake and divided the zone in Cataclysm to 2 separate zones to solve some of these issues. Whether you liked or disliked Stranglethorn Vale, everyone can say it was definitely memorable. So, what's worse than a zone that has too much stuff? How about a zone that has too little going on? Welcome to Azshara. The zone itself looks pretty cool. It's got a chill, pretty environment and is pretty aesthetic. However, the geography of this place is awful to travel in. What slows down your movement speed? Mountains and water. What does Azshara have a lot of? Mountains and water. The way this map is shaped is like a moon, with the center having water and Naga enemies inside, so it is pretty much impossible to traverse through all of this. If you wanted to go from the top of the map, you had to go the long way, the really long moon-shaped path, and even then, that wasn't easy. The terrain has lots of mountains and slopes that is hard to walk over. The enemies hit like absolute trucks. I remember coming here for a level 50 hunter class quest and absolutely got wrecked by the hippogriffs that have a lightning attack that just completely shreds through my armor and depletes like 25% of my HP in one hit. Have mercy. Blizzard released the terrain of the zone and realized it was so bad and pretty much abandoned the quests in the zone. And they really didn't do much with Azshara. The place has a little handful of quests and a large portion of them are specific class quests you are forced to do from your class trainer. Azshara also inexplicably had the Aqual Quintessence vendor just chilling in the middle of nowhere. What is the Aqual Quintessence? Well, in Molten Core, you required many dousers of Aqual Quintessence in order to fight Ragnaros. The only problem is, Aqual Quintessence is unique to one, and a single MC run required multiple of these to complete, so you needed many raid members having one of these Aqual Quintessences. However, the biggest problem was where you could get these. The NPC selling these is incredibly important to the game, as if you don't have the Aqual Quintessences, you can't run through Molten Core. It's chilling in the middle of nowhere in Azshara. You want to hear a cruel joke? It is not uncommon for Molten Core raid members to start and then later realize you don't have enough Aqual Quintessence and you're forced to leave the raid and go all the way back to Azshara, then come back to Molten Core. Have mercy, Blizzard. They later removed the Aqual Quintessence mechanic as it was extremely inconvenient if you just wanted to do a transmog run. However, they changed this in a few years too late when Molten Core is no longer relevant. Thanks, Blizz. So, the number one worst zone in vanilla is Deadwind Pass. With Deadwind Pass, there's not even much to talk about. There's literally nothing going on. No, seriously, it's empty. There are no quests, dungeons, or important NPCs of any description. Only trash mobs. For us, this zone was a waste of time. There's nothing there. However, for the gold farmers, this zone was perfect for them. An out-of-the-way zone that no one was questing in, it was a perfect zone to do some gold farming without the fear of being seen, and the place got overrun with hunter bots. If you logged into this zone and typed /who, you would invariably see a bunch of level 60 hunters there and not much else. Deadwind Pass was essentially unfinished, as Blizzard had initially planned stuff for the zone but never got a chance to implement the content. So the result was a big empty zone with nothing going on. Of course, come the time of Burning Crusade, the zone had been given a new life, the entry level Karazhan raid, and the place actually had a purpose. But for vanilla, it was just a zone you travel through to get to the Swamp of Sorrows, and nothing else. Today, the idea of a whole zone having nothing in it is pretty unthinkable. But back in vanilla, we were used to it, with Azshara and early on Silithus. There were a few zones that just didn't have any quests going on. Well, these were my top 5 worst zones in vanilla. As you can see, I did not include any raids or dungeons, as I believe this warrants its own video, as there is a lot to talk about when it comes to dungeons and raids in classic World of Warcraft. Obviously this list is entirely subjective and is a matter of your own opinion. Well guys, this is vaulty signing out. If you liked the video, please like down below and subscribe to the channel for more. This is vaulty signing out.